Presuppositions for fun and profit. Once you understand the power of a presupposition, which you'll learn in this video, you'll be able to use presuppositions not only to help people change. So if you're a change worker, it'll make your work more effective. Hence, you'll probably make more money, and that's always a good thing. But if you're not a change worker, if you're just working with people casually, hypnotically, casually, you're a coach, you're the kind of person who likes to help other people in life, you'll be able to use this technique to get people better results. And also, you can use it for some fun.
Just
you can
for
mess
fun.
with people. So let's talk about it. Mike Mandel.
Presuppositions, what the heck are they? Well, they're a linguistic tool that we use a lot in hypnosis. And the basic idea is you're making a statement or asking a question which presupposes something is true or accurate, even if it isn't.
Right.
It uses that as the foundation to leading the person somewhere else.
In fact, I did it in the opening of this video. I think I said something along the lines of, once you watch this video and you'll understand.
Right.
So the implication being you can't make sense of the sentence unless your brain shortcuts to go, oh, I'm going to watch this video.
Right.
Which you're doing right now.
So the presupposition is that something is true or accurate. And these can be very funny. Things like, have you finally decided to do something about your ridiculous hairstyle? Now, what does that mean? The implication is the person has a ridiculous hairstyle and they should be thinking of doing something.
Have you finally
meaning
presupposes that they will eventually, and it's a question
some
of
point.
Have they yet? And that they have a ridiculous hairstyle. So it's a bit of this. You get
Brilliantly
hybridized two things that are presupposed into one sentence. We have another one here. What was the other one?
I like this one. Yeah. Has your family stopped worrying about your career trajectory?
Right.
In other words, somewhere in the background, their entire family is talking about their choice of career, and it's become known to the person asking this question, and it implies there's a lot going on behind the scenes that may not even exist.
Now, don't do this to strangers or something. This is a fun thing to mess with really good friends. Has your family stopped worrying about your
ridiculous hairstyle? Yeah.
I mean, you can, if someone's being a total dick to you,
which happens,
then you can give them the dick chant, or you can use a presupposition.
Right.
But if you have a really close friend, we do this to each other all the time.
Yes, you do.
In our circles of friends, that we make ridiculous presupposition, hilarious ones, sometimes very inappropriate. But that's a different story.
There are serious examples that are useful, though, like in conversational work, if you're just helping a friend or giving them advice, or if you're a therapist. There's great ones like, at the end of a session, you can say, now that you've made these wonderful changes, you'll find life that will be much, much smoother. Now, you're implying that they've made the changes. You're sealing that deal so that it seems to have happened.
Right. Another, a structure. We should unpack the structure of this a little bit too here. So basically, let's just sort of rapid fire some structures. I'll come up with one. So after you X, you'll be able to Y. So after you watch this video, you'll be able to use presuppositions to help people and influence them for change.
Now, he's brought two things to play here. One is cause and effect. This is X is causing Y, but it's also got the presupposition that they will do something built into it as well, not just that this causes this.
Right, but the presupposition right in there to make it obvious is after you X. So it presupposes that you will do X, otherwise how could there be an after you X, right? So there's that. What about when you when
you sit back and really think about this, you'll notice the wonderful ways you've already changed.
Right.
So it's cause and effect thinking again. They're going to do this. They're going to sit back and think, and that'll cause them to notice something positive. But the implication is, the presupposition is that they will sit back and think about it. That's what's presupposed.
Yeah, and I decided to whip out the hypnotic language cards here because some of them have presuppositions on them. Some of the cards have presuppositions right on them, like I don't know how, which was our 8 of diamonds. That can be used to package a presupposition. I don't know how you'll discover that your career can change for the better in the next 6 months. Like, that just says, that's a statement that I don't know how they'll discover that they can actually make their lives better in some way.
That they will.
But that they will discover it. I just don't know how they'll discover it. So it must be true that they will discover it.
And when you get out of prison eventually, you'll spend time looking at this in great depth.
That's right. Let's see if there's a few more presupposition cards on here. Well, here's one. How slowly or how quickly. That's another version. They have 2 cards.
How quickly will you discover these interesting things about your own personality?
How quickly can you make all the necessary changes to your exercise regimen so that you aren't injuring yourself anymore? Or how slowly do you want to lose that excess weight? Whatever the case may be.
For sure. And now with all that old disempowering stuff behind you, you can begin to really enjoy those changes.
Oh, here's another one, Mike. Let me get the card. It was, where do you feel? Where do you feel? Six of Hearts. Where do you feel it in your body with the most intensity that you need to change that career direction? Like, people tend to feel things, and if you ask them, where do you feel it? So you can say, well, where do you feel that in your body, that intense need to level up your work-life balance, or whatever the heck you want to talk
and a lot of this is built in. Like, even when we do something called the triple bind induction, the question is, that sensation you're feeling, what do you notice? Is it moving, intensifying, or are you more aware of it? But the implication is, you're saying that sensation you're now feeling.
Right.
You're presupposing they are, and they'll check, and then they'll find that they are.
So we can leave it to you as an exercise to think about the ways that you can structure a sentence where things must be presupposed. And it's very effective. Now, you have a couple of notes here, Mike, on the key to make them powerful.
Yeah, to make them powerful, there must be something about them that makes sense to a degree if you're really going to help someone, not with the humorous ones. They don't really matter. But you don't need to be too outrageous. So you can say things like, if you say this, you're going to have a problem. Now that every single problem you've ever had has disappeared, you'll be like Superman in every area of your life. It's too over the top. It's not going to go hard. And because you've finally learned to swim, you should start preparing for the Olympics, because you're going to win gold for sure.
Right. These things, they become ludicrous, and they are, I'll call them rapport killers.
Yeah, for sure.
If you say something that is so outrageous, out of touch with reality, it's going to sever rapport. And as we always say, rapport is the glue that holds trance together.
Yes, it is.
And it's also the glue that holds relationships together.
And the glue that holds conversations together. You must have rapport.
All of these things, because conversations are hypnotic. So rapport matters. So saying ludicrous things is just going to sever that and cause you to come across as an idiot.
Well, there is always that.
Yeah. All right. What else?
Well, I just want to maybe end it by saying, now that you've learned how to use presuppositions, you can apply them to your new career as a hypnotherapist.
Oh, there you go. There's a presupposition that you too will study with Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy and become a brilliant hypnotherapist who understands conversationally how to change people with everyday words, or have them pay you money, have them come into your office or on Zoom and help them change, build a new side income, build a new career. That's what we help people to do at the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. You'll find a link in the description. It's so easy to get started. We hope you join us. We hope you check it out.
Thanks once again.
And